Hey, it's Suffering Student here, and today we're going to be talking about facade design patterns, which is a way of coding. So it's not like a coding thing itself, but it's more a way of actually programming and constructing your code in some kind of proper way. So the facade design pattern is used when you have some kind of like a cluster of classes that kind of together form some kind of usability. For example, in this case, I have a interface shape. I can draw some kind of shape, and then I have three different kind of shapes implementing this shape interface, and they each have their own draw function. So draw circle, draw rectangle, draw square. And then instead of having to create an object of the circle, object of the rectangle, and an object of the square, if I want to like draw each of them separately, we have a shape maker, which is kind of this class that contains circle, rectangle, and square, and can draw them directly. So instead of having to create them individually, we can create like one object, and this object kind of enforces all the usability from these shapes. So that's the basic of the facade design patterns, being able to have like one class that contains and acts kind of like an interface for all of this complex usability. This is not the best example because this is not too complex, but if you had like a quite complicated system with all these shapes and creating these shapes, it might be nice to just have a simple object that just creates this usability, and this could maybe be used together with some kind of a GUI or something, so you don't have to create all these separately, but just have one element. So I'll just be going through them separately. So this is just a simple UML class diagram showing different classes and what they contain. And like this, we have a simple shape interface just containing an abstract void draw. We have the circle, which just overrides the draw function. The same with the rectangle and the square. And then we just have our shape maker, which just have some private attributes containing a circle, rectangle, and a square. When we create our shape maker object in the constructor, we just create a new circles, rectangle, and square. And then we simply have a draw circle, which allows us to access the draw circle method from our circle. So that's pretty much the basics of the simple of these, and then I'll just showcase a bit of usage. So I will now create a new, just like in our UML, just a main diagram, main class, where I'll just simply be showcasing how it's usable. So I'll just create a main class and create a public static void main method, which allows us, where I would either, if I wanted to like create circle, square, I could create them separately. So do circle equals new circle, and then I could call circle.draw, and we just have some very simple program. Or just write to the constant draw circle, but we'd have to create separately the square and the rectangle. But because we have our shape maker, we are able to draw circles, draw a circle, draw a square, and draw a rectangle pretty fast. And we don't need to create separately objects. Again, we just have one object containing all of this, the usability of this circle, rectangle, and square. This is a way like cleaning up the code and have it be less complicated and more structured. And this is basically called the facade design pattern. So it is a pattern, which means it's not like a simple programming thing like an object or attribute or method, but it's more a way of coding and a way of structuring your code. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day.